What's up, all you cool cats and kittens? So today I decided I'm making lamb chops because my good friend, the trade, Demar Maurice Bouvier, is in town, and he requested lamb chops, so lamb chops he will have. I just chopped up about 3 or 4 sprigs of thyme. They gave me about, I'd say, a good tablespoon. Now I'm chopping up rosemary. I'm gonna do 2 full stalks. That'll also give me about, I would say, 3/4 of a tablespoon. The other ingredient is going to be not rosemary, this is the rosemary here. It's going to be mint. And it's just going to be 2 stalks of mint. That will also give me about 3/4 of a tablespoon. And after the rosemary and the thyme and the mint, I'm just going to chop up a few cloves of garlic. So it goes up pretty fast. And luckily, once you got the herbs chopped up, everything else is just about marinating the meat and then grilling it off. And luckily, lamb doesn't take long to cook at all. And if you cook it right, it shouldn't take long enough. I like my lamb only half slim. Demar, say hi to the people.
What's up, Trey's in town. Decided to pop up in somebody else's kitchen for a change. And then you have a celebrity kitchen because I'm
Right.
a celebrity.
So my page gonna be hot now.
So I'm gonna get my lamb chops and I'm gonna enjoy it like I always enjoy over here.
Oh, but not just lamb chops, friend. I got you some mashed potatoes
Okay.
and some grilled asparagus.
I'm gonna have a full meal.
You gonna eat?
I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna have a good time. Now I'm gonna get some prosecco. I'm out.
So we got about 2 stalks of mint. I just removed the mint leaves from their stems. And I'm just gonna pile them up. Roll them into a little cylinder. And do a quick julienne. Watch your fingers, people. So this is all the herbs. We got rosemary, we got mint, we got thyme. The only thing left to add is the garlic. I'm gonna pass by my glass because it's time for a rosemary break. I got my garlic. Boom. I just feel like now, I do love chopping food. I actually do. It's cathartic to me, but garlic, not so much. I'll let the machine do the work. For the lamb chops, I would say about 4 to 6 cloves. That's all you need. I go overboard. I'm using about 12. I'm also going to add some crushed red pepper flake to this. And then we're going to make a paste. I'm going to use that paste, essentially a marinade, but we'll make a paste to rub over the lamb. And ideally you want the lamb to sit in that marinade for about at least 30 minutes. So today we'll pretend it's sat for 30 minutes. We don't have that kind of time. Because the mom has places to be. Again, you know my palm fulls. I'll grab some S&P. Because I'm not going to actually season the lamb directly. I'm putting all the salt and pepper directly into the marinade. How much was that? For me, it was 3 pinches. For you, I'd say a tablespoon of each. We got rosemary, we got thyme, we got mint, we got salt, pepper, garlic. Only thing left to add is olive oil. This is actually olive oil and sunflower oil combined, but olive oil is just as good. What I usually do is I make this paste first, and then I taste it. If this tastes good, seasoned well, then that's how the meat is going to taste. And I'm pretty sure I know myself. I'm pretty sure it's well seasoned. That'll do it. Now, the main ingredient. We got lamb wraps. This is about 1.5 pounds. Fresh from Union Market. Already Frenched. And ready to go. Put these into chops. A lot of times when you buy lamb, if you get them from like a grocery store, because every now and then Walmart will have lamb chops, which is very surprising. What they really have is mutton. Typically a rack is about 1 to 1.2 pounds. If you find a lamb rack that's 2 pounds, 3 pounds, that's not lamb. That's their mother. They taste just as good in many cases. They're just a little less tender, but they're usually bigger. So depending on what you really want. So I got my potatoes peeled. I'm gonna cut them in smaller pieces just so they cook faster. Because I'm also working against the clock here. This is a quick dish, but I have some other constraints too. So try to get them all the same size so they all cook at the same rate. You don't want any pieces that are halfway done. So I'm just cutting the bigger ones into eighths and the smaller ones into quarters. I've got a pot of boiling water behind me on the stove, so these will go in, and because they're so small, they'll cook in no time. And then I can get to mashing. Into boiling water. This water I do not salt ahead of time, because I'm going to season my potatoes later. Always need those in. Well, very quick. We have asparagus. We're gonna cut off the woody stems. If you don't know where to cut, just take one, hold it at the tip and the end, and bend till it breaks. And it'll tell you where to cut. That means this part you don't want to eat. Unless you're making like a cream of asparagus soup or something, but we're not doing that today. So this is my guideline. I'll cut them all at that length. Now for the asparagus, whenever I grill asparagus, I always use my go-to seasoning, which includes a Goya seasoning pack. But needless to say, we're not doing that today. I need a drink on that. That made me upset, because I like Goya. Oh, I did like Goya. Until they stopped liking me back. So in this case, S&P. Oh wait, before I do that, I like to oil them first. Again, this is olive oil and sunflower oil, just a little combined. Salt and pepper. A little crushed red pepper. Why? Because I like it. Makes everything better. But also, just a little bit of garlic. Pop. That's it. Give these a swirl or toss. Make sure they're all coated. So essentially the asparagus is ready for the grill. The lamb is ready for the grill. The potatoes are boiling. And in no time, Damon,
Yes.
you're gonna be eating something.
Thank you very much.
All right, so everything's ready for the grill. I'm gonna wait until the potatoes are done before I head out to the grill. So, in the meantime, grab a snack and come on back. All right, potatoes are boiled. They're fork tender. In this case, knife tender goes right through, so they're cooked. So I've drained off the water. I have a pot of heavy cream going. And I don't want to add old cream to these hot potatoes. I'm just gonna cut off a few tablespoons of butter. And I'm gonna mash them dry. They're off the heat, but the eye is still kind of warm, so that maintains the warmth of the potatoes and it helps melt the butter. But I'm gonna mash until I get to the consistency that I want before I add any cream to it. Because once I see how creamy the potatoes are with the butter, then I determine how much cream I need to add. And I can add a little bit at a time, because I can always add more if I want it creamier, but I can't take it out once I add it. So that's why I always completely mash before. The butter has been melted into the potatoes. And I'm gonna slowly add cream. Again, this is heavy cream. I only use heavy cream. Some people use milk and cream or half and half. I just like to go with cream because it just makes some like fluffy potatoes. So a little bit at a time. Because I don't want them too soupy. And I kind of want to control how creamy it gets. So these are still kind of stiff. I don't want soup, I don't want baby food. But I do want, you know, some creamy potatoes. I don't want to have to eat it with a spoon. A little more cream. What I should be asking is, how does Damon like his potatoes? Damon.
Like a little weight on them.
Like a little weight on
A
it?
little weight on them.
And then I think in this case, I think we're here. See how creamy that is? I think we're here. The butter's in, the cream, potatoes. Only thing left is to season, salt and pepper. And we got our Yukon Gold homemade mashed potatoes. That's about a half a tablespoon. Quarter tablespoon of pepper. If you have white pepper, ground pepper, use that. If not, go with what you know. And there are our mashed potatoes. That's it, friends. All right, we're at the grill. We got our grill heating up. It got up to 400 degrees. Get my lamb chops. I cook these on relatively high heat only because I want them somewhat rare. I like mine medium rare, but I also want to create a crust on the outside because those fresh herbs and garlic, they actually burn and char and create a really nice crust. So these going on some pretty high heat. You hear that sizzle? As they say in the restaurant business, you want it to talk back to you. So you don't want a cold grill. You'll notice there's a little grill mat over to the right of the grill. I'm going to place my asparagus on there. Again, all I want is a quick char. I don't want soggy asparagus. So we got our lamb chop going. We got our asparagus. And for the most part, the asparagus are thin. They're going to cook really fast. I want the lamb rare. It's going to cook fast. You see there's open flames here because the oil from the marinade dropped into the grill. And for the most part, in my case, that's okay for now because it helps create that char. Ordinarily, you want to watch that so don't overcook or burn, but in my case, it does create a char, a crust that I like. So I don't mind a few flames kind of popping up here and there. For the lamb. For the asparagus, you don't want that. So, those are on. Close the grill. And while we wait, rose break. All right, it's been about 3 minutes. The asparagus is ready, so this is really high heat, and I don't want it to burn. I just want it to get a little char. So remove these first. So We got some open flames going because they're oil. I'm not worried though. I'm not worried because that meat, of course, is still raw. Do a quick flip. The asparagus comes off. Then take a look at these chops. Got some nice grill marks here. I'm going to move it out of the open flame. That's what I'm looking for. I just want some nice grill marks, a nice little crust happening, and I still want it to be kind of rare. So I actually, in this case of the lamb, again, I say I don't mind the open flame. That's going to take about another minute, maybe 2, and they'll be ready to go. You know, sometimes you impress yourself, and we teach you not to be impressed by yourself. Well, I am. She's good. So they have a nice char, but the other side is not quite as charred as I like. However, I don't want it to cook too much because I don't want it well done. So for the most part, they're done, especially center pieces. They're done. So some of the small ones I'm going to take off. I have a prepared plate here. Now, I'm not going to cover it again. I'm just going to kind of watch them until I feel like, you know, they're ready. Friends, we got asparagus. We got grilled herb and garlic lamb chop. It's just that simple. I mean, this is simple food, but good food. We're going to take this back inside and we're going to eat. So while I get myself together to go back inside, Rosé break. Alright friends, we got mashed potatoes, plain and simple, classic American mashed potatoes. We got grilled asparagus, seasoned very simply, salt, pepper, garlic, and a splash of crushed red pepper. The pièce de résistance, herb and garlic grilled lamb chops. Now let's look at the eat. I think my friend Damon will get the first plate because I am cooking lamb chop for Damon, Bouvier himself. Give him a light skin piece and a dark skin piece because he likes skin. Let's sweep it up front. Mashed potatoes. Damon Bouvier.
Yes, sir. Good job, friend. Good job.
Yeah.